Burger King's the Whopper. Is it really the king? Well, on today's I Tried So You Don't Have To, we gon' find out. Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and no, I am not related to David Chang. We just both happen to have Korean mothers, kind of scruffy, and overweight. Burger King. Everyone in the world practically knows about Burger King. Maybe not nearly as huge as, well, that other brand. One product that is more synonymous with the name Burger King than anything is
the Whopper.
I chose to get just the regular Whopper with cheese. The classic Whopper does not have cheese, but how are you gonna have a burger without cheese? I'm looking at you, Justin and Jordan from Chocolate Croissants podcast. Strange food preferences aside, I always loved Burger King as a kid because, well, quite frankly, the burgers were just bigger. Fast forward many years later, I am 16 years into the restaurant business. I am classically trained from the Culinary Institute of America, opened my own restaurants, failed at my own restaurants, and I've also run some of the best restaurants in New York City. The burger market is more competitive than it ever has been before. Famous, fancy schmancy chefs and their restaurants have burgers. Completely new chains emerge from the ashes of the shitdom that is all the classic fast food that we know. But we are not talking about who does it better. We are talking about Burger King. So let's dive right in. So here the burger is. It is wrapped in this quite thick wax paper. I was pretty impressed when I picked it up. It is not the same wax paper that I remember as a child. Right at first glance, it looks nothing like what you see in photos, in advertisements. Let's touch the bun. So I'm really tired. Feels fresh enough. I've gone over this in past videos. Any place that's going to be serving bread in mass quantities, the bread typically will have some form of I told you, I am fucking tired. Bread in these mass-produced quantities will typically have some form of preservative, number one, to help keep it fresher longer, basically preventing it from getting stale as quickly. Also, it will slow down the mold from forming because, remember, they're not refrigerating this bread. It sits in crates, probably in the hallway somewhere in the back of the kitchen. I see lettuce. So we got tomato. They are using plum tomato. That's pretty good. I'm impressed with that. Plum tomato structurally has more meat to it than your beefsteak tomato. Cut open a beefsteak tomato. Those tomatoes have a much higher moisture content, meaning there's more water, more seeds in there. There's more of that gelatinous stuff. Plum tomatoes has a lot more meat to it, which is why plum tomatoes are the preferred tomatoes of tomato sauce. For example, San Marzano tomatoes. San Marzano tomatoes are plum tomatoes. I see pickles on there. There's ketchup on here. There's lettuce in here. There's a good amount of sauce. I'm of the crowd that prefers a bit more sauce. Fresh sliced onion in here, which looks like there's a good ratio. Everything's been shifted a little to one side. Not really gonna dock points for that. It's just me being a fucking nitpicky son of a bitch. Here we go. Just had my first bite. I don't know if I have sauce around my mouth, but I don't really care. I got an even amount of everything. The pickle, the onion, the sauce, the cheese, the meat. I'm tasting the burger as it was intended to be tasted by, you know, the corporate pukes of Burger King. I'm about 5 bites in now. The seasoning is perfect. I do not desire any more or any less salt. I find it's usually either or. It's either too salty or, more than likely, it's a little undersalted. Let's take a look at this meat. Now, I don't know about today, but I remember as a kid, Burger King would market themselves as being flame broiled. I don't think they are anymore. I could be wrong. But if this was flame broiled, you did a really fucking shitty job of it. You have no excuse to not get char on it. You see, even if it's supposed to be seared on a skillet, there's not very good caramelization on this protein. Either the griddle or the grill was just not hot enough, like searing fucking hot, when they put the protein on. And that is the only way you're gonna get a good sear and really good caramelization. And guess what? For protein, that is key. Let me put this shit down. Really good protein cookery requires really good caramelization. That is not for every type of preparation, but a rule of thumb, if you want to make protein taste really, really delicious, get a really good hard sear on the outside. Don't burn it. You are going to accentuate all of the natural flavors that is already in that protein, and you sprinkle a little salt on it pre-cooking. It can't be beat. It's so simple, yet one of those things that's so hard to perfect for a lot of novice cooks. Novice cooks. Now, I am knocking the cooks at Burger King. However, they are not pros in this industry. They are probably some pimple-faced kid, whoever it may be. Doesn't matter, really. It's not somebody who's dedicated themselves to culinary arts. I'm really craving for a better caramelization. That cook does not give a shit. More than likely, they probably don't know better. Have you ever YouTubed fast food chain restaurant training videos? It is the most watered-down, PC piece of crap, stupidest shit I've ever seen. I guarantee you, if there was a guy like me on that fucking video saying, if you don't caramelize my fucking burger properly, you are going to suffer because my sales are gonna drop because my customers did not get a properly seared burger. Let's go back to the cooks. They are not lifers in this industry. There is nothing wrong with that. I respect anyone who hustles, so if they are there making an honest buck, more power to them. However, it could be done better is basically what I'm saying. This burger was just under $6 and change, so the value is there. The portion is good. It serves its purpose. It's solid enough. Yes, I nitpick things and I went on some tirades, but that's okay. There's one thing I will say. It is consistent with my last memory of having Burger King, which is one of the hardest things to do and accomplish in this business. Consistency. Is it the same in one state to another state, other side of the world, and in this case, from 2 years ago? Keep it up, Burger King. There are definitely things I feel you could do just slightly better, but with the chain that big, that's going to be extremely hard. Thus why you have those shitty watered down PC fucking training videos where they say, you turn your griddle on high and then you put on the patty. When you start to see the blood percolate, they probably don't even say blood. When it gets to this step, then you flip it over and you wait approximately 30 seconds. Whatever. So I've eaten 3/4 of this burger. You know, I enjoyed it enough. Let's get to the most important part. What do I give it? 1 out of 10. 1 being absolute horseshit and 10 being
the greatest stuff on earth.
No, that's the Snapple tagline.
10 being really good.
I give Burger King's the Whopper, their classic, their flagship item, I give it a 5.5. Guys, if you like this content and want to see more, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next episode comes up. I do this every week. If you have a request, put it in the comments below. I want to know what you want to see me review on I Tried so you don't have to. I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon. Shit.